So for educators, what might tiny moments on a school campus between animals and children show us about education moving forward? What I'm finding is that we need to do so much more tuning in. We need to think about how our bodies are responding, our emotions, how we're using our senses. We were designed with ears for a reason, and a nose and skin. How is education allowing us to use these capacities in order to learn? We need to look around more, not looking ahead, not worrying about progress, not looking at grades and statistics and exam results and what we're going to do for a job and which university we're going to. We need to slow down and we need to look around a little bit more, a lot more. We need to really notice, because once we've tuned in and looked around, how are we all meeting the worlds and futures right now? Where are we meeting? And notice I've pluralized worlds and futures. We live in many worlds and we live in many futures right now. We need more art. We need to have more speculation. If we're going to be addressing these big issues like climate change, like ecosystem ill health, we need our imaginative capacities to imagine how we might do things differently. I'm going to be political here. We need less maths, less 5-paragraph essays, and we need more art, more imagination, more speculation. Because what this does is this unfolds more relationships, more ways of doing things differently. We don't need to cut our arts. We need slow pedagogies, slow learning, slow scholarship from our universities. When I talk about some of these things, it feels really niche. And yet, as we've heard tonight, this isn't really niche. This is what we already know. This is connecting our ancient wisdoms with what we are finding out now through areas such as quantum physics. Slow pedagogy, slow learning, slow noticing, slow scholarship. And finally, and perhaps the most importantly here, we are saturated in ethical dilemmas. If we are noticing, if we are tuning in, so what? How are we caring? How are we caring differently? How might we care in alternative ways with the aliveness of this life? We don't want to be in the necroscene, saturated with death. We want to be breathing in the aliveness of life, the aliveness of our worlds. So how are we going to do that? And maybe tiny multi-species moments, living and learning in the cracks, are one way in which we might do this.